Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. This is your Z107.7 local news for Saturday, November 11th, 2023. Today is Veterans Day, a day recognizing Americans who have served or are currently serving in the armed forces. November 11th was formerly known as Armistice Day. Commemorating the end of major hostilities in World War I that were formally ended at the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918, when the Armistice of Germany went into effect. 46 years later, in 1954, the day was officially renamed to what we know it as today. Veterans Day is a federal holiday, so non-essential offices that aren't normally closed on Saturday will be. That includes mail delivery. There are Veterans Day events happening around the Morongo Basin, and we have a list of those on our website. Here's a couple of facts about Veterans Day that I wasn't aware of. There are 2 minutes of silence that are recommended to be observed at 11:11 a.m. today. And when spelling out Veterans Day, the United States Department of Veterans Affairs states that no possessive apostrophe is needed because it is not a day that belongs to veterans, rather it's a day for honoring all veterans. Tortoise Rock Casino is having a special tribute show tonight for Veterans Day. A free Garth Brooks tribute concert called Garth Live starts at 8 p.m. on the casino floor. You can get more information at tortoiserockcasino.com. And it's the second Saturday of the month, and that means the Art Crawl returns to Joshua Tree tonight. With a look at what's happening, here's art aficionado Jeff Harmatz.
Downtown Joshua Tree's many art galleries will all open to the public tonight, and many of them will have receptions for new shows. La Matadora kicks off something unusual tonight as the gallery becomes a pop-up shop in time for the holidays. Jewelry designer Shahasp Valentine and her Rock and Rapture will be taking over La Matadora Gallery for 2 months beginning tonight, featuring a rotating selection of artist-made and vintage jewelry, including local businesses Wild East Imports and Celine Boutique. The pop-up will feature 28 jewelers in all. A portion of the proceeds will be donated to local veterans charity Milltree. The fun runs from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Beatnik Lounge debuts a show called Where Were You on November 22nd, 1963, and Where Are We Now on November 22nd, 2023. This event begins at 6 p.m. Pilates and Arts debuts a new show featuring works from High Desert Dwelling painter Lori Windenecht and photographer Tom Windenecht. This opening will be a little earlier than usual, kicking off at noon and running until sundown. Hey There Projects debuts new work from Texas-based artist Bruce Lee, whose drawings of cowboys, UFOs, and psychedelic visions are returning to the gallery. A reception for the artist and his work begins at 6 p.m. All of these galleries are in downtown Joshua Tree, near the intersection of 29 Palms Highway and Park Boulevard. Park your car at one of the galleries and walk to the rest. For addresses and more information, see this story at Z107.7 FM.com. Reporting for Z107.7, I'm Jeff Harmatz.
The Yucca Valley Film Festival is taking place all weekend, and tonight's keynote speaker and masterclass subject is Rosanna Arquette. Gary Daigneault spoke with festival director Matt Bureau on last week's Up Close show. Assignment reporter Gabriel Hart joins us with the scoop.
On the subject of the festival's keynote speaker, Rosanna Arquette, Daigneault mentioned that the Yucca Valley Film Festival has gotten more credibility in the industry while becoming more sophisticated and broad-ranged. And with Arquette facilitating the year's masterclass, Bureau explained what this entails.
Now, tell us what the mechanics are for a master class.
Okay.
How does that work?
So the masterclass, as we described it, for example, through Rosanna, it's a one-on-one, sit-down, casual interview for an hour. So it's really kind of
people ask her questions.
People ask questions. I ask her questions about Pulp Fiction, about Silverado, about all the big movies she's been in. I'm going to ask questions about the associations and charities she works with, about her podcasts that she has right now, all of that. And it's a chance for anybody in the room. At multiple times during the masterclass, we're going to ask you, do you guys have questions? What do you want to know?
Bureau went on to mention that because of Arquette's popularity, attendees must make a reservation at yuccavalleyfilmfestival@gmail.com. Reporting for Z107.7, this is assignment reporter Gabriel Hart.
The Wonder Valley Music Festival is taking place tonight out at the Palms. Featuring the Sibleys, Icy Hawks in LA, the Ben Vaughn Ensemble, Rachel Goodrich, Dan Montgomery, Easy Tiger, Gammy Lima, and the Yes Go's. That's a whole lot of music, and it starts tonight at 5 p.m. That's at the Palms in beautiful Wonder Valley. Drive east on Amboy until you see the Palms on your right, or let Google take the wheel and punch in 83131 Amboy Road into your navigation. The Weekend Triennial is a weekend of art performances and installations now in its 4th year. The project highlights a time of breaking territorial boundaries, binary thinking, and ideological lines in the sand. Reporter Hillary Sloan joins us with a look at this unique art experience happening all weekend.
The fourth edition of Joshua Trenial, a weekend of art installations, performances, and community building, is at Boxo Projects, 62732 Sullivan Road, Joshua Tree, and the Integratron, 2477 Bellefield Boulevard in Landers. The Trenial highlights groundbreaking installations and performances by artists and art groups. Opening reception is November 11th from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Viewing dates and hours are November 12th, 18th, 19th from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and by appointment from November 13th to 17th. Performances at the Integratron are on November 12th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. For the expanded schedule and ticket links, see this story at Z107.7fm.com. For Z107.7, this is reporter Hillary Sloan.
The first full week of November is Shelter Appreciation Week, dedicated to the shelters and workers around the country who rescue, foster, and help find homes for animals without one. The Joshua Tree No-Kill Shelter, formerly known as the Morongo Basin Humane Society, is open today from noon to 4. They are always in need of supplies for the pets they rescue. Dog and cat food, kitty litter, and cleaning supplies are always in demand, but you can check with them to see if they have any special needs for particular seasons. The City of 29 Palms and Town of Yucca Valley also have animal shelters open today from 12 to 5. We'll have links to each of those shelters on our website where you can see a list of adoptable pets and donation needs. If adopting a new pet isn't in your plans but you still want to support animal welfare here in the Morongo Basin, make sure your pet is spayed or neutered and microchipped, so if your pet is ever found wandering, they can be returned home safely. And there's an overabundance of animals in need of loving homes, so the next time you feel the urge to bring a new furry face into your house, please consider adopting a pet from one of our local shelters. Every pet adopted saves an animal's life, and if your experience is anything like mine, your adopted pet will bring you a level of joy in your life unmatched by any other experience. And that's your news for Saturday. You can hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. More Morongo Basin residents get their news from Z107.7 than any other source. Reporting from Joshua Tree, California, alongside the Z107.7 News team, I'm Robert Haydon.